Over the last couple of years, you might have noticed how films and shows from Hollywood have deteriorated into a giant blob of meaningless entertainment. How each film and series seems to focus more on lecturing us certain messages, rather than focusing on making good quality content. This of course begs the question, why do Hollywood keep making these kinds of films and shows? Clearly it can't be profitable, as we have seen with the amount of flops in recent years. I could start talking about how these films and shows are used to spread certain propaganda, wokeness, some might dare call it. While I do think that's part of the problem, it's only one leg of a much bigger problem within the industry. When we think of businesses around the world, almost all of them share the same kind of structure. Know your customers and provide a product they find valuable. If your product ain't valuable in the eyes of your customers, they won't buy it, and you'll eventually go bankrupt. So how come Hollywood doesn't think the same way? Surely, if they wanted to make good films, they'd simply listen to the audience, their customers. Yet they seem more focused on lecturing us on current day politics, especially stuff going on in the US. While that certainly can be tedious for the US citizens, it's equally annoying for us people outside of the US. Now my views on this is quite simple, because I've seen it in other industries, if we can even call it that. Artists, whether it being painters, writers, sculptors, filmmakers, or something else. They want to put their own mark on their creation, and this rarely does well with what the general public wants. An artist often wants to send a message, highlight something they see as problematic, normal in society, or simply want to provoke you. So to me, it's a fundamental flaw within the film industry that would need to change. All these people pushing their messages into films, it's simply bad business. Instead, they should understand their audience, listen to them, and make something that pleases as many as possible. That doesn't mean you can't have creative freedom. Of course you can. I've actually talked about this in the past on the channel in regard to the Rings of Power and how to adapt Tolkien. You see, following the law would to some seem like restricting yourself and your creativity. But instead I think you should see it as a framework where you can be creative within. And I think it's often when this thin veil between fiction and the real world is breached that things can turn sour, especially when it comes to fantasy or other works that could be called escapism. In fact, I think Top Gun Maverick is an example of how to do it right. They clearly understood the audience of the film and also managed to deliver what people expected. It may seem extremely simple, but that's because it is. Yet I have little hope Hollywood will change, though things do appear to be changing slowly. Still, if we want a real change, we need proper business people that actually focus on making money, rather than sending messages. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching, and farewell till next time.